Okay, welcome. It's Thursday, 9 September, year of our Lord 2021. You're in the War Room. We're live now with 85 million downloads in the podcast. And by the way, the podcast on absolute fire. Can't believe the number of downloads every day. It's pretty shocking. Pleasantly shocking. Of course, we're live everywhere. We want to thank all of our partners, whether it's John Fredericks Radio Network or Real America's Voice, the streaming on cable, dish, everywhere. We meet you where you are. We got numerous, a dozen live chats going on or forums at any one time. And we have people monitoring those, trying to put everything in there to keep you updated. Okay. Joe Biden's going to address the nation at 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock p.m. And it's about mandates. They just announced that all federal workers have to get vaccinated immediately, right? He's going to put, this is all about forcing vaccinations. They're going to put the entire pressure of the federal government, not just against our troops and federal workers, but they're going to do everything on airlines or everything possible to back up these companies. They're going to start doing forced vaccinations and even in schools. So you watch the mandates. This is their misdirection play. Remember, on the evening of September 30th at midnight on 30 September, the government runs out of money for next year. The fiscal year starts. They don't have a budget. They don't have anything, right? They're scrambling around a town. They can't get it approved. There's polling out today from No Labels, this moderate group that shows, even their suburban voters, I think it's 39-62, or, opposed to, want to take a strategic pause in the spending. They're totally out of control. As I said, the theory of the case for us, I think we've had a pretty good track record here, is that now they've got to buy off the American people because everything's spinning out of control. On 15 October, the entire United States government runs out of money. We start defaulting on government securities. Those bonds we sold to the Japanese insurance companies, the bonds we sold to the Chinese Communist Party, the bonds we sold to the Gulf Emirates, guess what? We're going to start defaulting on those. And so the two big dates, 30 September for the annual, and that's government shutdown, bring it on, and 15 October with the debt ceiling. You've got the leverage. We're going to file this in the fog of war. That's what's important. Everything else, they're spinning around. He's going to come out today on their mishandling of the CCP virus of COVID-19. They're in complete meltdown on that. Right now, we're hearing the Mu variant may be vaccine resistance. They're not going to put that case out to the American people. They're not going to start talking about it. What Fauci is warning about now is a monster variant because guess what? It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. The unvaccinated, that is a proxy for evangelical Christians and traditional Catholics, right? So they're coming for you, okay? We've got a lot to go through. We got the canvas situation across the nation that's heating up. A Pennsylvania hearing today. The subpoena is going to fly after it. DOJ is going to come. DOJ is scrambling to sue the Right to Life movement in Texas. So there's a lot to get to. More than that, we got jammed. Want to start though with one of my favorite people, former Congressman Michelle Bachmann, now dean down at Regent University, one of the great schools in our country down in Virginia Beach, Virginia. She always steps up, whether it was for election fraud. She did this symposium months and months ago, I think 5 or 6 months ago, that really was one of the great driving intellectual forces that brought a lot of lawyers together, talked about the seriousness of the of election fraud on 3 November, get to the bottom of that. She's done another whole day symposium today on 9/11, the run-up to it, what happened, and also, most importantly, right now, the aftermath. I want to bring in Dean Bachmann. Dean Bachmann, thank you very much for joining us today. Tell us exactly what you're going on and how can people get access to it.
Steve, thank you so much. Yes, I want to invite everyone right now to join on our free virtual conference. It's already started. You're not too late. Please join it. By the close of business today, we'll have the entire conference archived so people can go back and watch it from the very beginning. For instance, I already had an interview on this morning with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. He was absolutely brilliant. You could see the anguish. You could hear it in his voice and see it in his eyes. He had already laid out the platform for peace in Afghanistan and for a quick, smooth withdrawal. And he was anguished at what he has seen going on. We have Bernie Carrick coming up shortly. So it's an absolutely fabulous event. Please come and join us now. Just type into your computer Regent, REGENT, regent.edu/911, regent.edu/911. It's an all-day fabulous conference. At Regent University, we're committed to telling the truth. This is not politically correct. It is unvarnished. What Washington, D.C. did wrong in dealing with the global war on terror is they got the premises wrong of who the terrorists are. They created a fantasy view that doesn't exist of the Islamic terrorists, that this is truly a religion of peace, that these are just awkward, crazy guys who got it wrong. That isn't it at all. This has been going on for centuries. Their motivation, they tell us every time they pull a terrorist act, they're not lone wolves, they're known wolves. We know who these people are, and they have a very clear agenda. They're sincere, they're authentic in their terrorist actions. They want to destroy us, they want to take us down because they want to take over the United States and turn it into a caliphate, just as they want to for the rest of the world. We need to listen to what they say, and then we'd understand better how to defeat them. That's what Sun Tzu said. Know yourself and know your enemy. Here in the United States, under critical race theory, we're being taught that the United States is an oppressor nation and that we aren't the victim. We were the victim 20 years ago in the September 11th terror attacks. And now here we are again today with woke generals running Afghanistan, and we're seeing the collapse of Afghanistan. And it's so bad, Steve, that now the politicians in D.C. are scrambling. They recognize that leaving all these Americans behind has really killed Joe Biden's numbers. That's how sick these people are. And so they're trying to scramble right now and get us to not pay any more attention to Afghanistan because they understand Americans are paying attention to Afghanistan. They don't want us to. They want us to pay attention to them giving us more goodies so that they can pass their voter fraud bill. That's all the infrastructure bill is about. It's a big pig of a bill that they want to attach legalization of voter fraud measures to so that they can get reelected in the midterms. These are the most selfish monsters you've ever seen running Washington, D.C. And it's why we can't have them pass this phony non-infrastructure bill so that they can get reelected by legalizing voter fraud, because